me.
Waiting to play the big coup de grace,
Another heavy
Ratchet
hitter.
and Clank: A Rift Apart. And yes, we have played it. Golly and I have played this.
For sure.
So let's dive right in, man. What are your thoughts?
With
Where
our
are you at?
first impressions.
Yeah, these are our impressions. We both put about 4 hours into the game.
Yeah.
Those are our 4-hour impression. It's a good chunk. And the game just came out yesterday, so we played it last night. Got as much time as we could in, right?
Yeah.
And where are you at, man? What do you think?
Well, first off, before we start that, I wanted to ask you, did you pre-order the game?
I pre-ordered it.
Okay, and you pre-ordered from like GameStop or something? Yeah. Okay. So
I went in Wednesday. Pre-ordered
okay.
it.
Oh, okay. Like right
So
before.
right before.
Yeah.
And I only because the reviews had dropped, everything had dropped. Because I don't like pre-ordering either.
Right.
But once
it got really
really
good
great
scores.
reviews. Like, okay, you know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna go and pre-order, make sure I get one.
Right.
sure.
So
And
I tried to go into this without getting seeded any ideas or intent of how good it is or whatever from any other reviewers. I just wanted to just go in this raw and then just have, my ideas about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of being swayed by somebody else's score or something. But I had been hearing on Twitter that it was a little hard to get the game in some areas. Like, some people, it was just running out. Like, you couldn't grab it or whatever. But I went over to my local Best Buy, and they actually had one copy left
copy
on the
dude.
shelf.
Nice.
And so I was like, damn, okay, well, let
They
me
had
go ahead
one
and
copy
get
left,
this.
or they only had one copy?
One left.
I think they had one left. I didn't
okay,
ask how
okay.
many they had sold
That'd
or
be
anything
crazy.
like that.
That would really
but
be like
that'd
a
be
shortage, right? Wow, one
Yeah.
copy only
right.
at a Best
so,
Buy.
so I was actually able to get it, pop it in, and play it. And I wanted to ask you, like the first like intro and everything, like how did you feel about going into the game?
You mean how the game started, or how I
Yeah.
felt before I even played it?
Like going into it before you actually like did anything, like starting it up, the video, of the intro and all of that stuff. How'd you feel about it? Like,
Before I
how'd you think it
played
looked?
anything?
Yeah,
Before
you
I
played.
pulled the trigger?
Yeah, before you pull the trigger, because you got to
Um,
watch all the cutscenes and different things like that.
Yeah, I don't even really know if I remember the opening cutscenes very much.
No.
I just remember how did the opening cutscenes start? It started
So it's like a parade for
right.
Well,
But that
no,
was a
it's
sequence
not a
of battle.
it's not a
Yeah.
parade. It's it starts off with a Lombax, and somebody is getting they're trying to get
Right.
information.
Right.
from,
oh,
like, an
I see what
enemy
you're saying. Yeah, and she
and
sneaks
whatnot.
and she grabs the spy bot
Right.
and she runs off and she has that right and she saves the one and she
Yeah,
gets
yeah, the
captured.
person,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That was cool. I thought that was a pretty neat little Pixar little flick movie opener right there.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't too bad. It definitely wasn't like I wasn't jaw struck by it. I wasn't enamored by it, but I was fine with it.
Yeah.
I
I was
thought
a
it
little.
okay. It was a little bit of a bit to get into the start of before I can control something. But it was cool. It set a little bit of a stage of what's going on here.
Yeah,
of the world.
I kind of thought it was interesting that they would start off with the Lombax that they started off with.
Right.
Because I would think that it would revolve around
Ratchet,
the main
yeah.
person. Yeah, but they started off with Rivet. So it's just like, oh, okay. It almost seems as if Rivet might hold a little bit more weight in this story than Ratchet would. But, because
They
they're
seem
like the
really
opening
equal
of
so
the title.
far.
They
but-
do seem pretty equal, but it just seemed weird that you would start off the game with you see the person in the costume and you're like, oh, that's obviously Ratchet, what's going on, and it's not Ratchet. It's
I knew it wasn't Ratchet because I knew that world that Lombax was in wasn't the normal Ratchet world.
okay. I mean,
That
I looked
futuristic
at
world.
the
And
the
so-
glove, and then the glove
Yeah.
kind of told me that it was something
Oh,
different.
okay. I just know I was
with
like,
the
this
hands.
clearly isn't Ratchet. This is the other one they're introducing.
Right.
And I think they might have done that. Maybe it was because she has a larger role, or maybe it's because they want to introduce you to her
Yeah, maybe
because she's
so.
brand new and they just wanted to make sure you get acquainted early with her.
Yeah.
And so they did it that way and let her know what her deal is. She's a freedom fighter, whatever, just like Ratchet, a hero.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was fine with it. I'll tell you what I really love. I mean, there's lots to say here. First of all, I'll say I'm pretty in love with this game.
Mhm.
Like, I really like it a lot.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I'm not understating that. I'm not over exaggerating that. this is really cool. This is what I really would have wished, in my opinion, Returnal would have been, which is one reason why I wanted to bring Returnal. So that I didn't know you played it yet, but I wanted to let you guys play it, and even you, because now you've played Ratchet, and I wanted to see how they compare. Because in my opinion, they have very similar combat.
With shooting,
like it's
right?
both like the reticle, and like you're not zooming in as third person, and you're shooting the things, and projectiles are flying at you. Not as many as Returnal, so it's it's not a bullet
it's not as
hell.
intense or whatever. Yeah.
And the boss fights that I came across, which are boss fights like Returnal, you know, he's shooting a bunch of missiles are coming at you, but it's not as many. They're not nearly as awesome as Returnal's boss fights, but just the general overall feel of shooting feels very similar to Returnal. And I prefer this more than Returnal because the weapons, they're throwing weapons at you in this game.
Yeah.
Like really cool weapons. They're just like, here's a new one. Here's a new one. Now you try that one. Now you try that one. And you can upgrade them immediately. And of course, I love the feeling of progression. And so I feel like everything I do, I'm getting further and further in the game. Everything I do, my guns are getting better.
Yeah.
This game is just so beautiful. I can't stress enough how
pretty
it looks.
I kind of feel like it's like a slight breath of fresh air as far as like a game, just because.
Bro.
Just because, okay, so, you know, disclaimer, I've only played like one Ratchet and Clank game, and I played it for like a short period of time. So I'm not like a huge fan of Ratchet and Clank. I literally just got it because I wanted to talk about it on the podcast. It's a brand new PS5 game. It's one of their heavy hitters.
PS5
that
we have, like a third PS5 game.
Yeah, they don't really have that many, you know, that's out, and then it's supposed to be a heavy hitter. You know, it's not like an indie or anything like that.
It's the big one.
Right. So, you know, but I kind of found it like relieving that it's not intense. Like I'm not, you know, fearing for my life, you know, on every move. Like I can just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Yep. Like I jump and I miss a jump, you know, because I did too much or I did too little. I die and I respawn right where I was at and I start again, you know, and or whatever. And then, you know, I keep trying like, you know, there's certain things that I came across like in the first city or whatever, and you're trying to traverse it. You know, I was trying to like collect all of the little items that's on the map that you can see. Same. And so like there's certain areas where you had to do certain things to get there. You know, like you know, you're using the moon boots, the wall or whatever that you can wall run. Mm-hmm. I didn't know how to use that, and I guess I hadn't gotten to that point in the story where I unlocked it.
Oh yeah.
So I was trying to get to those areas, and I'm like, damn, I can't even do that. I kept just dropping and dying, and I'm like, you know, I see the moon boot things, but this looks like the same
see,
wall.
That's funny. The first time I came across that was when I was doing the little side mission to grab the spy bot.
Yeah.
And I came across one of those walls, and he spoke to me.
And he told you?
He said, I don't have an ability that can get me there yet. He says that. I don't know if you're listening. But
no, I didn't.
I came across one of those wall runs, and he's like, it's too far for me to jump. I can't get there yet. He says that.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, clearly there's an island I got to get. And I left, and I kept going on with that section.
That's cool.
So that's why I didn't fall into that trap. But yeah.
But there's like, it's funny because like you can kind of, the world is stacked in a sort of way that you can kind of find other routes around the basic route. You know, like for instance, there's like a building for a gold bolt. That's, I guess you have to do like a wall run and then jump and then just glide down to a platform and then you'll be on top of like the roof to get there. Okay, so I didn't get it that way because I didn't have the wall run thing yet.
Okay.
So basically what I did was, well, I had the wall run, but I couldn't remember where to go to the wall run platform to get there. So all I knew was my map was showing me there's a gold bolt over there. So basically I had gotten the dash, and so I climbed up on some boxes in the middle of the town, and then I climbed on the roof, and then I jumped from one roof to the next roof over to another roof where it was closer to an edge that was like a rooftop, you know, because like you can go around the bottom and then go down the stairs, but the roof is up there and the bolt is up there on that same level, you know, it's just got things in the way. So I decided to double jump and then dash and then glide over to the rooftop.
You landed on it, huh?
Then I got over to the rooftop, and then I basically climbed on top, got on top of the building perch, like an extra perch or whatever that was on the roof. And then I double jumped and then dashed and glided onto this slim edge on a building that actually had a small lip You could pass it up and then go in, and it was like a gaping hole, and you could fall down. But I was able to land right on the ledge.
Did you have the glove yet at this time?
I had the glove, but I didn't know where the wall run was at, so I didn't know how to get over
You're
there.
so
I thought this
funny,
was like
dude.
you had to crafty your
You're
way over
cracking
there.
me up, man.
So I get up there, and then I'm like, okay. So I finally made it up there. I had to do 2 attempts to get up there because I missed the first one, and I dropped all the way down because I went
man.
past it. But when I got up there, all I had to do was double jump, dash, and then glide, and then boom, I was on the roof. I scooped up the
See,
gold bolt.
I look at it a little different than you. Like, yeah, I agree. I hear what you're saying. Like, it's very vertical, and you feel like you can go a lot of places.
Yeah.
There's a lot of verticality.
There's a
in
lot
the
of
game.
edges and stuff you can jump on.
Yeah,
that you
there is a
can't
lot
really-
of that, and you can like. Have you ever had an instance where like you get stuck between a crack and you're like floating, like you're falling?
Yes.
That's annoying. That's
Yeah,
a little
it is.
bug. But anyways, I just kind of stop and I just look around. Like just kind of look around everywhere, and I saw the little arrows for the wall run, and I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, there is."
So
a
you had to
path.
go.
There's a
You
hidden
went
path.
around and look.
So I just kind of took a moment and I just kind of looked around, and I saw a path, and that's like, okay, I know how to do that. I went over there, followed that path, jump. I got the bolt.
Yeah, see, I knew that it was at that opening area where you came in at. I just couldn't remember how to get to that opening area
That's just so funny, bro.
to get
That's
over there. So I
hilarious.
ended up finagling away, and then I was like, at first I didn't know that was the area that it was leading me to, and so I looked and I was like, okay, let me explore the area and see how you could actually get over here, or if that was the way. And then I saw the wall running thing. I was like, oh, okay, but like I can't even reach that because it's so high.
Yeah,
up.
but just to bring back like the game and its mechanics, I really love that feeling of exploration,
yeah,
and this game definitely has that. And I really love how it's so rewarding. Like going around every corner, every nook, you're
There's always some
finding
boxes or
rare
something that you can
titanium
smash.
or whatever. You're finding so much fun things to collect that I'm like addicted to like running around looking. I might find a rift and I can break it and I can go into little secret zone.
the pockets, the
and
dimensional
little
pockets.
dimensional pockets,
Yeah.
and like you're just so rewarded for hunting. And like going back to that description of like breath of fresh air, like I definitely felt that way. Like, yes, this game does in a lot of ways feel like a game we've all played before. It's got the standard, shooting and running
Smash
and
the
jumping and
boxes,
smash
smash
boxes
the
and
enemies,
hit things.
platform jump.
Very similar to what we've all played a game like this before. All of us have, but it's so polished, it's so pretty, it's so entertaining, it's so well done that it feels like, gosh, this is really what I've wanted to play for so long, and it feels so good. And like we've been getting like a mess of games that are very like dark and scary, like Resident Evils, Returnals, difficult, punishing, games that are like this. And like to get a game like this, like you mentioned, like feels really good. It's so much fun. I've loved every minute of it. I think they handled the switching between the two Lombaxes is so much better than I think the way The Last of Us handled it.
Yeah.
Because it's a perfect seamless swap. Everything is swapped. Everything.
Okay.
Every item, every upgrade, every coin. So everything you're doing on one is perfectly
Transfers over to another.
transferred to the next one seamlessly without any change.
But what I was gonna ask you though is if you liked that. So apparently you like that.
I like it.
But I was kind of a little disappointed because when you look at Ratchet, right, he's got both of his arms and he's always been a shooter with his wrench. But this girl is supposed to have like something new incorporated with her, with like her glove. Like she's got like a robotic arm or something like that, like a prosthetic arm. So I felt like, so when you go into the game, there's like this woman creature or whatever that sells you things. She's like the merchant. And so you can buy like all kinds of weapons there. So like one of the first weapons they have is like some type of a glove that allows you to throw like a little bomb. It's called like the shatter bomb or something like that. But that I felt should have been like a weapon for the female Lombax Rivet because of her gun her glove aspect. I felt like it should have been slightly different. Like, like you get something extra for having her. You know
See,
what I mean?
I hear that perspective, but for me, I don't like it only because I want to use it. I don't want to have to wait until it's Rivet's or, I don't know her name.
Rivet.
Is that her name? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Until it's Ratchet and Rivet. Until it's Rivet's portion of the game to play with that gun or that glove. I want to just when I unlock it, I want to use it. And so I like that I don't have to wait around to try to use some talents or some abilities with one Lombax versus the other. Like, I just have it all. I like how it really just is story focused. So the only real reason to swap is to experience a whole new zone, a whole new world, a whole new environment, all new enemies, a new storyline. I like that. To me, I prefer that.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like I was playing another character at that point. You know what I mean? It just seemed like
No,
I
you're not.
continued the
It
story
is.
with the
It
same
just
character.
continuing the story.
You know,
Yeah.
so that's the only thing. It's like, if you're gonna give me you know, a male and a female character, you know, and they fight or they look slightly different or whatever, but they look, you know, very similar. But I would have liked to have a slight combat adjustment, you know,
I
just so
would've
that I
rather-
know, oh, I'm playing with the female.
I would have rather
it
it been like in the mechanics of the character rather than the guns and stuff. I would have rather have been like, maybe she can like triple jump, or maybe she can like
different
dash,
style of jump or something,
or maybe
yeah.
she has a different melee weapon. Maybe she whips,
Or her
but like
gear looks
anything
different.
that I buy,
Her gear is the same stuff,
or
that I
her gear
had
looks different.
when
Like
I was-
I can agree with you on that. That give me some other type of mechanic when it's her turn.
Yeah.
But I do like how everything I've purchased I can keep using.
Yeah,
that would
that's
have pissed me the F off. I just got done spending 2.5 hours with Ratchet, and then I get into Rivet, and I have to start over again. That would have the same feeling I had when I had to switch to Abby in Last of Us is the same feeling I would have had here. So like, I was super happy to see that, but I can agree with you that it doesn't feel like you're playing someone new apart from the story.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have wanted to like restart everything and
Right.
level up, but I just wish it was just something just a little bit more that
I hear
changed
you.
the way I had to play
Yeah.
it, because it was a different character.
Another thing
you
I
know what
wanted to ask you, I didn't think the little dimensional portals where you pull yourself are that big of a deal. You know, because they're toting the whole PS5.
Yeah.
Or like when you fought the one boss that threw you into another dimension. It's like, this is just another arena. It's just, it felt gimmicky.
So
Did
I
it feel
felt
gimmicky to you?
I felt like the rifts, the small rifts where you could just pull yourself closer to that area. It never took you into a new area. It just, you could see it.
Right.
You could see it afar. You could drag yourself to it. I felt like those were kind of gimmicky, just like another way of using a grappling hook, or, you know, even in the game they have swinging things, you know what I mean? It's like, kind of like, why don't you just put rifts everywhere
Right.
instead of swinging from something, you know, just add a rift, just beam me over there. But I thought that the little pockets, the pocket dimensions were
The
cool
hidden
because,
rooms, yeah, those were cool.
Right, because you
Yeah.
could go in there and it's like
And
a
get
whole
an
bunch of
item.
stuff going
Yeah.
on, and you just literally have to traverse, platform it through, and then there's an item at the end of it. So those are cool to hunt and find for the items that's in there. I thought
Like that thing
I
about
was-
that boss fight
yeah, I was
where he throws you into another dimension as you're fighting, and as his phases hit.
right.
That
I
was,
was
a gimmicky
little-
to me.
I was a little disappointed in that, and then in the footage when you were sitting there going through all the different dimensions.
Yeah.
Because it was generated, like it was all scripted. You didn't have a chance to
I agree.
maneuver your dragon that you were sitting on the back of, or you didn't have a chance to like you know, jump off of the race path and then like go through the world and search that world. You know what I mean? Like, you were stuck, like you couldn't just hop off and then, you know, and just like find your way back in there, you know, because you're like chasing after somebody, so they're just showing you. So it's kind of like, it's just an image, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're
like
just
I
seeing
was feeling
yourself
the
go through
same,
those
feeling the
ones.
same way. Like, they talk about how this is like a great test to the solid state drive of the PS5.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, I think they could have been creative and done these exact same things on a PS4. Like, that could have just been a cutscene. Because you couldn't interact or do anything, that could have just been a cutscene that they put into the PS4 version, and you experienced it. And even the parts where you pull yourself, a grappling hook that's like just a grappling hook mechanic. You're still in the same world. The world didn't change.
Yeah.
So like,
Even
these things I
the-
think could have been done on a PS4.
Even the pocket dimensions just seem like it would be a door that
Yeah,
would be
exactly.
open, that
Like,
you could walk
it's
through, and
exactly
it's just
like-
a bigger room.
Like in
Or
the
something like
developer kit or whatever, you just have it. It's part of the map.
Yeah.
You just got to break a wall. How's it any different than breaking a wall and you're in a secret room now?
Right.
I don't see how it's any different than that. So I feel like I was sold a little bit of a
wow factor or something.
bag of
intense
goods
wow
that
factor.
isn't exactly. I was sold something different than what they told me it was. A
Yeah.
little bit. Not to say that I love it, but these are some of the complaints I have about it.
Yeah.
That I just feel like I've been sold a bag of goods that wasn't quite exactly what they told me it would be.
Also, there's a lot of rifts that open up that you just cannot deal. Like you can't touch. Like they have no point except for a visual effect.
Oh yeah,
Like when
in
you
the
were
distance,
when you were
you'll see
fighting
a
the
rift.
yeah, you see a
Yeah.
rift back there in the distance, or like when you're fighting a boss, when you were fighting that first boss or whatever, and the rifts are popping up and enemies are coming out,
Right.
but you could not run and jump in through the
Right.
rift.
Right.
The enemies that came there literally made it
Right.
so you could not jump through it, because they would like attack you before you could even get in. Even if you jumped over them, you still got hit and had to push back. Like, so it seems like there's some areas where the rifts are just for show. And then there's
Absolutely.
other areas where, there's pocket dimensions behind them or something like that. But I would think it would be much cooler if like the random rifts, because like when you're in the world, like random rifts just appear. Like all over the place.
Yeah, it would have
just at
been
random
dope.
times.
Like,
It would be cool if
and
you
you
could
jump into
access
them.
any
You
of
can
those.
jump into them.
Yeah, like,
That
one
would
happens
make
to
it
pop
feel-
up like,
yeah.
ground level or just a little bit off the ledge, but you could jump in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
I
have
agree.
access to it. That would be dope.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But but as we're still saying, the game is
It's good.
fun.
It's so good.
It's great.
I'm really in love with it. I can't wait to play it some more.
So it sounds like you guys agree with the Metacritic score. I think it was in the high 80s.
It's 89 on
89?
Metacritic.
Damn, I'm sorry.
I would give
I think
it like
we should
a
hit
good
a
9.
90 would have been a 9. I think 90 would be right where. So like it's just shy of where I think it should be. It's really good. Like it's okay. I played some of the original Ratchet and Clank on the PS4, the remake for the PS4,
Right.
and that one was much slower to get going. This one you're immediately
In action.
dude immediately, and like they don't stop.
Yeah.
Like it feels really really good. You're constantly fighting. The fighting feels so fun.
Even the opening tutorial scene or
Yeah.
whatever, where in the
Even the
parade
opening
where you're
tutorial was
sitting
so
there
much-
getting
was so
each of the
cool.
you're given like almost 3 weapons to choose from.
Yeah, right at the
and
start.
you're able to
I
just
agree.
play with all
Like,
of those and shoot and
the
stuff.
one
and
I
it's
played,
cool.
you probably remember too. They give you like the worst little pea shooter. It's like very slow, and you have like your axe, and it's just not fun.
Right.
This felt so fun. Like it felt like Returnal, but with like a little easier, and with no restarting.
A lot easier.
And it's a feast for the eyes, man. Like even that first opening scene when you're at the parade, I'm just like, oh my
Dude.
gosh, this is just so incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, Clank looked good,
Dude.
man. I was like, dude, man, these
ray tracing is
characters look
sick.
good as
You're doing
hell.
the performance rate
Oh,
RT.
hell yeah, performance
Yeah.
RT.
Dude, it looks so good. I mean, because
I don't even
I
need
think-
to look at the visual.
I don't need the
one.
4K either because my television's upscaling it.
Yeah.
So it's like to me, I think it might be the prettiest game
Damn.
I've seen. Until they make the 4K 60 frames Last of Us 4.
Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2. I think this is the prettiest game I've seen on any console.
I mean, I was playing it, last night, and I had it on my projector, and the projector.
I was curious how the projector would look.
They won't show
Yeah, it's not
everything
quite
as great
pretty,
as like
yeah.
what a superb 4K TV would do or whatever. But man, this shit looked beautiful. I was like, damn. I was telling my wife, hey, look at this shit.
You're telling your
Like,
wife?
yeah,
It's
like,
so pretty.
Look at this. This looks good, and it's on the wall. It's like it's projected. You know what I mean? It's not on like an OLED TV screen or anything like that.
Like it
So
is.
I was
It's
like,
substantially
Damn.
better than the
Oh.
Ratchet on the PS4.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. I was just like, when he first walked out, Ratchet on the
Yeah.
stage, and you had the people cheering, he's about to start. I'm
Seeing
like,
all the hair
yeah,
follicles
every
and
little
shit.
hair follicle
Yeah,
on
man. Seeing
Ratchet's-
his nose, you seeing
Yeah.
like little
I was like-
like on a dog's nose, the little divots and stuff like that. All the, like
it
the
does.
texture.
It really helps with that initial immersion, that initial feeling of like awesomeness this game is.
Yeah.
Like even if the gameplay didn't quite reach some level, like because of how beautiful it is, I can't stop playing it. But the gameplay does reach it. I mean, I'm having so much fun. I can't wait to
Yeah.
get back into it.
Yeah, for sure. I as soon as I get a chance
Yeah.
to today, I'm
Same
I'm
here.
playing it. But
yeah, hopefully I get it in the mail
Yeah,
today
today
because
you can
I
hop in.
definitely want
for
to
sure, dude.
want to take it
I
for a
think you're
spin.
gonna like it, Mark. I think you're gonna really like it,
I actually
bro.
this week I did fire up the freebie Ratchet and Clank that we
Oh
got.
yeah.
Okay.
Just because I wanted to I haven't played a
Get
Ratchet
a
and
feel for
Clank
Ratchet. Yeah.
since PS3. My buddy let me borrow it, or I don't know. I played one on PS3, but I got turned off from it really quick.
There's
But
like 5 Ratchet and Clanks now, right?
yeah,
I don't know how many there are.
I think so.
There's a PS2 one. I know it's on PS2.
Yeah,
It goes
it
back a
started
long
on
way.
There's quite a
PS2,
few.
PS3. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to try it out. You know, it
Sure.
sounds really good from what you guys are saying.
Dude,
Yeah,
Mario,
it
you're
really
like
can.
it, bro.
It's definitely like it makes me want to like look through the rest of the map. Like, I was kind of like finding things. You find a lot of things.
So you
in
said there's those
Biomutant and
gold
stuff.
gold bolts, right?
Yeah.
Because I know in the PS4 one that I was playing, there was those too, and you use those to unlock like a lot of cool permanent features for the game.
Yeah, like so basically
interesting how
I
these
found
work.
one gold bolt. So when you smash boxes, little screws fall out?
Yeah.
I found one gold bolt. He did too.
Mm-hmm.
That it let me change what the bolts fall out as.
Which
And there was
is
like 6
really
choices.
dope.
And I changed mine to rupees. One of them was rupees, like
that's
from
cool, for India.
Zelda.
Like, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And dude, it made it so much better. That one little thing like made it so much better because I don't know about you, but when the bolts fly out, I can't really see them. I see like
They're
a big
so
pile
tiny.
of them,
Yeah.
but when they're spread out, like I'll just be running. It's like, oh, and all of a sudden, it's like, dude, I didn't even know those were there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, with the rupees, I
can
know
see
where
them.
they're all at.
Nice.
So I'm going and I'm not missing any of them.
Nice.
Yeah, I changed
That
mine
one
to
little
like
change
gold
helped.
coins or whatever, and gold coins are a lot more bigger.
They're thick,
than
right?
that,
Large,
and so
yeah.
you're able to collect them. You see them a lot better on the map. I gotta try the rupees thing and see how it is, but yeah, it's cool because like there's also customization. So if you bought it day one or probably for a while now, I don't know when they'll stop, but it says launch edition on it, and they give you 3 pieces of armor, so
I
head,
downloaded
chest,
those.
legs,
No bonus on
and
them
then
though. They're just they're
yeah,
just
yeah,
aesthetic.
yeah. It's just for looks.
But you found
But-
the one headpiece, right?
Yeah. I got one headpiece.
And you can see that has a bonus on it. If you have
Wait,
all
are you
3 of
talking about
those,
the mask?
it's a headpiece. It's a headpiece.
I don't know if I haven't found the second headpiece. All I
Oh,
found
I did.
was the mask addition to it that allows you to be less detectable by the enemy or something like that. Like it's,
When you
it's
go to
that
your
visor
gear-
that Rivet originally
Yeah, that's
had
the
on her.
mask.
Yeah.
That's a new headpiece.
Okay.
If you go to your gear,
Well,
it's
it's
a
just an
whole new
attachment.
row. No, it's not an attachment. It's a new it's a new set collection.
Yeah, so you have your regular mask, and then these are add-ons that you put onto your mask. So it's your original headpiece, and then that second bar that you were saying is like things that you can change.
You're
and it just
talking about
adds it on.
the downloadable content as your original mask?
Yes.
No, that's not an original mask. That's a helmet.
Yeah, a helmet, and then the mask it's like a visor update or something like that. that you
No,
can
they're
change.
all new helmets. You're not changing that original DLC piece. Not everyone gets that. No, not everyone gets that DLC piece.
Okay, well, I know that there's like 3 there, and there's a
When
thing,
I
but
look,
I'll have to
when
look
I
and
put
see
it on,
how
it was a
selects
completely
it.
different looking helmet.
Oh, well, I know the face is what changed
Yeah, but
for
the
me. But I
ears
thought
and
the back
everything
was the same.
changed.
Okay, I'll have to look
All
at it a little
different
bit
looking.
more.
Doesn't match the set.
Okay.
It's a new set. There's gear sets you can collect in this game. And the gear pieces themselves don't do anything for you. But when you collect all 3 of them, you have a bonus.
Set bonus. yeah.
But the problem is the free one they give you, the DLC set they give you, has no bonus.
Just for looks.
Just for
It's
looks.
just aesthetic, yeah.
But you're able to
It's cool looking,
to
though.
change like colors and stuff like that.
Yeah,
of
you
the
can change
gear,
the
Well,
color.
you
at
know,
least
to
it's
do
not like
whatever.
OP. At least it's not like what is it? Assassin's Creed.
Well, I was
Yeah,
actually, you're right.
the
I was
Assassin's
actually,
Creed
that's
gear
exactly
you
what
get
I
that you
thought.
never
I was
wanna
like,
get rid of.
great, dude. When I see this bonus, I'm just gonna stick with this bonus for the game, huh? But there's no bonus, so
That's good.
you're
That's
gonna
good.
switch. You're gonna switch it up eventually.
Yeah,
what's up.
for
So-
sure.
Good stuff.
So yeah,
Good
so
stuff.
Try it out.
Real happy
Hey,
with it.
But are you guys done talking about
yeah, we're done talking about Ratchet.
I forgot. So last week, I fired up The Last of Us. I forgot to tell you guys.
Oh yeah, finally, huh?
So I did like the first 3
Anthony G can
sections.
get off your back now.
Yeah, so I did like the first 3 chapters. I looked up how long the game was. You know, I didn't look up a spoiler, but I was
Yeah.
like, okay. So I finished up to chapter 3.
Okay.
So I finished chapter 3. So I'm sorry on chapter 4. So far, the game, in my opinion, it starts kind of slow.
Okay.
Maybe during the era, because the game looks breathtaking for a freaking PS3.
It is a slower
This is a
game. 'cause
PS3
you're trying to
game.
get your
Even on a
bearings.
PS5,
This is a
I'm like,
PS3 game,
damn,
bro.
this game looks good.
It's a PS3 game, man.
So it starts slow, despite there's a lot going on. But to me, it starts a little slow.
Yeah.
But when you start getting into the story, and then you find, there's a part where I guess you kind of get like captured by these guards, and then they scan you guys to see if you guys have the virus or whatever, and then you find out the little girl, what's her name?
Ellie.
Ellie.
When you find out, she's like, oh yeah, I've been bitten 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, but it doesn't
And
affect
they're like,
me.
what?
And then I'm like, that's
whoa.
interesting.
Yeah.
And then when you go to like the gas areas and the fungus gas, she's just like all chill, like
Particles and shit flow
I'm like,
You
around.
gotta
Yeah.
put the
Yeah,
helmet
with it.
on.
yeah. You know, so the story is very intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the NPCs, I like how they talk because I think when I got to that area, I think I'm playing as Joel.
Yeah.
He's like, whoa, like, you know, he makes a comment about it. You know, she's like,
That's what we were talking
she's
about.
all
How like the
nonchalant.
game does a great job.
No, yeah.
making it feel like that's how you would respond if
Yeah.
you were in that same
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
situation.
You
It's
just
so
playing through a
authentic.
movie, man.
Yeah, it's
You
so
just watch it.
authentic.
Like, and I like how there's some customizations. Like, I discovered the workbench finally, so I'm like upgrading my guns. I'm like, ooh, this is cool. You know, upgrading my, trying to see what's the best stat. I'm like, probably clip because it's kind of hard to find bullets in that
Yeah.
game. So you have to be at first.
Yeah, you gotta be
I
careful with
was
your ammo.
trying to just kill everything, like guards and.
Yeah.
But very stupidly, I ran out of ammo, and then I was forced to play stealthy. But then I kind of preferred that way.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, all right, I don't need
I
it
love
in game.
stealth.
Less
Yeah.
conflict like that, you know?
And then you when you start fighting the clickers or whatever you call these,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're zombies. I'm still trying to figure out what they are.
They're
They're
their version of
infected people,
zombies.
but
They're
they're
sort of
clickers.
it's
infected
a
creature.
variant of zombie. It's
Okay.
a variant of
It's
zombie.
just like Days Gone calling them freakers, you know what I
Okay.
mean? They just
Yeah.
trying to, they
Yeah, 'cause I
zombies.
know
the
they're
only
infected with
they
something.
are a little bit more unique in the fact that they're blind and they go by sound, where a lot of zombie games aren't like that.
Right.
So you can in zombie games they can see and they can hear.
Yeah.
In this one they really can hear, but they're very sensitive to hearing. So it's
Yeah.
a different element.
Yeah.
But
And at first, I was just messing with all those clickers. But then, there's a part where, you learn you can crouch, and then the stick you can, like, just move just a little bit, and they can't hear you.
Yeah.
So, like, oh, this is a lot better.
you can actually skip them if you want.
Yeah.
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 So, like, I
It's
always
really
kill
cool.
the ones that I can strangle.
Yeah.
But the
Right.
ones that I have to, like,
You gotta
Stab. Because you got to waste a knife or whatever in the neck, right?
Because I was trying to figure out, like, dude, that's stupid. Like, it's just a knife. But I was like, maybe it's infected with something, and you
It's
don't want
like
to,
a
like,
shiv.
pull
it's
it
a
out.
shiv.
It's like a shiv. You makeshift
It's a
in it.
makeshift. It's not a real knife.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, so now I've been very like cautious, and I love the collecting. Like, I'm picking up all the scissors and everything. I'm
Dude,
like,
and you're
Yeah.
keeping an account of all your items. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I have this many shivs. I can make this many more.
I can do
And
this
you're
many
like,
kills.
yeah, I can do this many
before I
kills.
gotta,
You're
like,
taking
section
it
off.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're really into it.
yeah,
You know?
because there's a couple areas where, like, by mistake I used a shiv, and I was like, crap, I can't make it past this part. I need another one. So I just die, and I'm like, okay, cool, I got my shiv back.
Yep.
So then I'm like,
little scum stay there. I'm just like,
yeah, because I'm like, well,
Yeah.
crap, because you can't strangle those
totally.
things. You have
Yeah.
to. So
you have to kill those one with the shiv.
I like how the weapons too. Like, when you find like a plank of wood, you can only use it so many times because that makes sense.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be able
Totally.
to like bust it on everybody's
Yeah,
head.
your plank of wood ain't going to last the
Yeah.
whole game, man.
So it's
like,
crazy.
that shit
and
gonna
it's,
break.
it's cool keeping track. Like, okay, this one has 3, that one's 4. I think I'll swap now.
Right.
Maybe I'll find a better one later. Or you
Yeah.
might have like a good weapon that's like a one-hitter quitter, but only has like a couple durability left. You're like, do I pick up the plank or just stick with this?
The silencers
I love
are
the
limited
decisions
too,
all
right?
the time.
What?
The silencers and the guns are limited
Haven't
too,
found the
right?
Oh, you haven't done the
silencer
silencer yet.
Alright.
Yeah. But I like it. It's like super, like, not realistic, but you
It
feel
is realistic.
You
That's
feel
the
like you're
best word
actually
for it.
playing in
Yes,
the game.
Close
that
to
is the
it,
best
yeah.
word for it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's logical.
Like, it feels like you're like, all right, I gotta
I
make
use the
it
word
through.
authentic. It feels very authentic.
Yeah, you don't
and
feel
lived in and real.
like you don't like. I'm not gonna say the game is hard, but at the same time, you have to really think about. You can't just go guns blazing. You really
Right.
got to
Right.
plan out. All right, I kill that one, skip that one, and I like how you kind of have to plan your battles out.
Yep.
I love the Molotovs right now because when there's
Yep.
human enemies, I just group them up and I run down the hallway. I'm like, please 3 come, so I just throw one and it just kills them all. I'm like, don't have to waste no ammo
Yep.
here.
yeah.
So it's a really fun game. Like, it started a little slow because I told you I started this game like a couple months ago.
Right.
But
That beginning turns you off.
but now I'm actually playing the game and it's fun. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's why I
Starting to
can't
figure
wait
it out.
until you're done with this journey.
So
You're gonna feel like
it's-
it's a journey.
Yeah.
When it's over, you're like, oh my gosh, that was like an adventure and a journey, and you're
Yeah.
gonna feel like very, contemplative about it, thinking about it.
Yeah, it's
so
fun
that's
game.
why I'm hoping.
But here's the thing,
You
though.
finish it
I'm
soon
comparing
enough.
it to. All right. So I love Telltale games. I don't know if you know that, but I
Yeah.
try to play all the Telltale games. This game is like, I'm not saying it's a clone, but it's very, very similar to The Walking Dead, the first Walking Dead Telltale game. Like, I'm drawing so many parallels between the games. Have you guys
Really?
played the first
Yeah.
Telltale?
Yeah.
We played those, but which
Because-
came first?
The one with
No, which came
I'm
first? Last of
pretty
Us
sure
or
Last of Us did.
I thought Last
I don't
of
know
Us
what
came
game
before
came
the Telltale
first, but
games.
I played the Telltale first. But I'm
Yeah.
like, all right, you have like your leading male character. He finds Clementine, and then he's kind of like a parent figure. I haven't played it enough yet, but I just feel like it's kind of going in that direction.
I really like those
with
ones.
the dynamic
Yeah.
of the characters.
Right.
So I feel like this is if you could actually play a Telltale game, that's what this is. You know, Telltale has a great story. It seems like this has a great story, but you could actually play in this game.
Right.
So this game is awesome because
It
I
says
love.
its initial release was 2012.
Telltale.
Yeah, The Walking Dead.
And then when was Last of Us when it initially released?
Shit, let me see.
I think like 2013, right? It came right before the PS4, which would have been November 2013 or something like that. But anyways,
This came out in 2014. No, 2013. So
2013?
the year after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm-
this Last of Us was in development for like 5 or 6 years. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
quite a
just
while.
see some similarities just in the dynamic of characters so far.
Yeah.
But
What's
in a good
unique,
way.
but
In a
what's
good way.
unique to Naughty Dog is just the way they tell their story inside the gameplay.
Yeah.
Where Telltale is meant to be narrative, like
Yeah.
a book almost. This
Making
is like
choices.
this is a game, an actual like gameplay game,
Yeah.
and they're telling the story
Yeah.
in that narrative. That's
Yeah.
completely unique to Naughty Dog.
yeah,
You know,
because back in the day I wouldn't care about stories, but this game, I would say if I played this back in the day, it does such a good job telling the story that you don't even have to pay attention and you still know the story. It's like, well, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
do you like picking up the things and reading them and like trying to
The
find all the
notes.
little
So-
things? I do.
depends.
Yeah.
Like some things I'm like, what is
Depends
this?
on how long they
Yeah,
are.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
if they're
true.
so
Yeah,
long,
if it's
it's
like
like,
a little just a one line paper, I'm like,
I'm just saying it's one of the
okay.
few
The little
games where I
messages and
actually
stuff.
want to like pick
Yeah.
up things and read them
yeah.
because I care enough about it.
Yeah.
Where in a lot of games it's like pff, I don't read anything.
yeah.
But in this game I actually
In
really want to
Returnal,
know.
I did read the first maybe like one or two, but then I don't care anymore. I'm like, pass.
Yeah.
All right, too many. You find too many little
Yeah.
thingies. But these ones, sometimes I'll like read the first sentence and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, The
we'll
Last
see
of
what
Us-
this is.
The Last of Us 2 had a lot more notes and
Do
things
you
like
have
that
The
in
Last
them.
of Us 2?
No.
Okay, I need to make sure I give you my copy or you give him your copy so he has it.
Yeah.
After
borrow
you
You're
that.
play
probably
that,
not
you
going to
play
finish
that.
it before you head out for your baby, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have it
Yeah.
to play during that time because
Yeah.
you need to play that one,
Yeah.
dude.
But so far, like the game has, and it looks great, man. It's crazy how good the game looks. Yeah, it looks fantastic on a PS5. So I couldn't. Yeah, so far,
That's crazy, huh?
I want to play some more. I played it last Sunday or Monday night. I played it. I only meant to play it for like an hour, but I ended
Sticking
up
with it,
staying up
right?
till like 1:30 in the morning. I think it was on Sunday, right before
Yeah,
you know
dude.
Monday work night. But
Yeah.
I just like, oh crap, I played this for 3.5 hours. I didn't mean to.
It's so good,
know,
bro.
so-
You get
Charles
lost in
Hill,
it.
man.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
sorry
so,
for that little interruption. I just forgot to tell
I'm
you guys
glad, dude.
that I
Oh,
played
good.
it.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
waiting to hear
for
that.
sure.
Been
I'm
waiting,
sure a lot of people
waiting,
were.
waiting.
Yeah. So that's it for all the games that we've been playing this week. So
I love you, me.